question. Can a criminal ever truly repay his debt to society?
Alright, so I believe that a criminal can repay their debt to society. You know, we have our prison system, and that's designed so that you're able to repay their debt to society. You know, you serve your time, and when you're out, you're even, you're clean, and unless you commit another crime, you shouldn't have anything to do with that to society.
Done?
Yeah.
Alright, so a criminal can repay their debt to society, especially in the term of our jailing system and our prison system. Our jailing system is really, really harsh in terms of time that they have to spend in jail, and it's not creative time. It's just they sit in a cell, rot, work. Some jails do have creative input, schools while in jail, but other than that, they're locked up away, far away, out of society's eyes. They do not evolve with society, and I believe that's the hardest price that they can pay, is they lose their perception of what is real and what isn't by the time they get out, and that truly is their ultimate sacrifice for everything they've done wrong.
I don't know what else to do.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Oh, wait.
Can a criminal ever truly pay his or her debt to society? I would have to say that yes, criminals can pay their debt to society and more. Sometimes they come out and they live a better life than they otherwise might have lived. So as a society, we have decided that certain crimes require certain amounts of prison time. And after those prison times are served, that therefore they have paid back their debt to society. Now, when it comes to something that might be a very severe crime, like a murder, then perhaps you might say they could never truly pay back their debt to society, because you cannot pay for a human being. Human beings are unique. They belong to people. They mean something to people. And once you take them away, nothing can replace them. Not money, not kind acts, not I'm sorry. So, to answer the question as it is, the answer is yes. To start to get specific about certain crimes, then you can have a debate about whether the debt is paid back or not.
A criminal can never truly pay his or her debt to society. I'm going to say ditto to Kirschling.
I do personally think that a criminal can repay their debt to society. I think it depends on the crime, of course. If it's rape or murder, I do believe that that particular person should be in prison for life, but I feel like they can do something to redeem themselves within the prison walls. I do not believe in the death penalty. However, for minor crimes, I do think that a criminal can repay their debt. It depends on how they do, but I think that community service, I believe that education and real reform, not just like fake criminal system reform, is the best way to get criminals to repay their debt to society. But I believe our prison system is corrupt and it is corporatized, and it's just really a money-making machine at this point, so they don't really care about reform. They just want to keep people in prison so they can continue to make money, and therefore it's very hard for a criminal to repay their debt because they are in prison solely for the purpose of financial gain for these companies that own these prisons. However, if somebody did have the audacity, I would say audacity, to go into a prison system and educate these young men and women who have committed crimes, I believe that they could be released into society and be productive members of society. But unfortunately, our society as a whole is not quite at the point where they believe that real reform can be used in the prison system. And so they feel like just kind of lock and key deterrent is the way to go with criminals. And I don't believe that somebody who sits in a jail cell for 23 hours a day is repaying their debt to society. I believe that they need to be active members of society and do something to regain their societal stature and honor and personal integrity. But again, we've learned how to dehumanize these people. It's kind of hard to feel like you're an active member of society when you've been dehumanized. So it is possible, but there needs to be a lot of reformation within the prison system to do it. So.
Okay. Yes, I believe a criminal can repay their debt to society through, I don't know, maybe not so much through jail, depending on what the crime is, but through maybe some kind of public service or, I don't know, just something that they actually have to go out and do for the community. And unless it's a circumstance like murder or pedophile, then I'm not so sure that you can ever really repay that. And at that point, I would think jail is probably just the best option. But I believe most other criminals can. Everybody messes up, and they just did something worse, but they can make up for it. Is that good?
Repay their debt to society.
Yes and no, depending on the crimes, like Amy said. Like my uncle, who went to jail for stealing. I think he's a total idiot, but to be honest, he can repay his debt to society by teaching kids not to go to jail. Any one of you kids are watching this and end up in jail, you're idiots.
Action. Okay, record. Record shit. Okay.
I think that a criminal can repay their debt to society depending on what the crime they committed is. Like, if it's murder or something like that, they can't repay it because that's taking someone's life and, like, someone somewhere cares about that person. But things even such as manslaughter can be forgiven as an accident and other small things like stealing.
Okay, so I believe that Perry Thomas did pay his debt to society. He didn't kill anybody, he didn't take any lives, and because of how the prison system works, it was still pretty harsh to him, even though he didn't spend his maximum amount of years in jail. And when he got out, he actually was sincere in how he felt about the crime that he committed. And he didn't want to go out and commit more crimes. He wanted to stop. He wanted to try to make his life better and impact other people. And so I believe that Perry Thomas did pay his debt to society.
So I believe Perry Thomas did repay his debt to society. One, when he was released from prison, or actually while he was in prison, he was exposed to
I forgot to do a drawing for Spanish.
The Islamic culture, and he took those to thought. He was very open-minded, a lot less, biased about his views, and a lot less selfish. In jail, everyone was the same to him, and they were all just trying to make it through. That really taught him a lesson going out. When he got out of prison, he actually had a new view of life compared to what he had before. For instance, with the junkie, he feels bad for the junkie, and he was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I was there." But I beat it. I'm happy that I beat it. And another instance, when he's in the police station, he does contemplate running away, but he decides not to, as that would result in more time in prison or break his parole. So he essentially had a lot of time to think about what he has done. He feels really bad that he would even do that, to commit the robbery and shoot the cop in the first place. And I believe Peary did repay his debt to society.